Good evening, She Shackers, and thank you so much for tuning in to another night of Conversations with me, A Queen, here in the She Shack. Happy Thankful Tuesday to everyone. I am so excited to be coming to you on this day in October. We are so excited about what's going on here in the She Shack, and it's all because of you. You guys make this happen every single week. You encouraging and pushing me forward, and I just want to say thank you for that. I am so thankful for you. I put a post up on Facebook today, and I was just asking a question: what would you like to hear from the She Shack? What would you like to hear us talk about? Would you like to hear more about wealth and about money? Would you like to hear more about family and relationships? Would you like to hear more about understanding credit or buying homes? We would love to hear from you and know what type of things you would like for to hear us bring forward to you. We have some big plans on large topics that's coming up in this October, November, and in December. Some of the things that we'll be bringing to you. So please make sure you stay tuned. We will be talking about health and wellness. We have a series that's coming up, and we will be discussing wellness for our bodies, illnesses that not just affect African American people, but but illnesses that predominantly affect us, and how can we stay in tune with our bodies. We have some doctors that's coming aboard. We have some wealth management that's coming aboard, and we also have some nurses and some hairstylists that's bringing us information about fashion and about hair and about hair loss and ways that we can help keep our hair stronger. Is something that's really important. Alopecia is something that affects so many of African American women, and we will be bringing those topics to you. But we want to hear from you. We want to know what it is that you would like to hear us talk about, so that we can stay relevant and that we can stay on topic and we can bring about the things that you would love to hear. But moving forward, before Tremaine joins, because he will be joining in, I have some topics for him. He gonna be talking about. Everybody want to know, what does Trench think? So we're gonna find out what he thinks in a little while. He will be joining us here in the She Shack. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk about thankfulness. And the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of times we get lost in thinking, we get caught up in the holiday season, and we think that we only give ourselves time to reflect about what we're thankful for when it's that holiday, when it's Thanksgiving, when the ambience is set and everybody's minds is set on, oh, I'm thankful for my home, I'm thankful for my children, I'm thankful for my job, I'm thankful for my car. But I believe that thankfulness is something that we should contribute to every day of our lives. We should be able to think back and thank God for whatever it is that those things that we've been trusting him for. We've been faithful in our prayers, and we've been believing that he's going to do for us. And when those things do come to pass, we thank him for that, and for the things that don't actually come to pass, but maybe sometimes it works out for our good anyway. So I posed the question, and I had a really beautiful answer today on saying, from one of our viewers, Monifa Fussell, and I said, what are you thankful for? And she gave a beautiful statement of her being thankful. But one of the things that stood out most to me is that she said, I'm no longer afraid. I'm no longer standing in fear. And one of the things that she said that she's not afraid of is being alone. We're going to talk about that today, because, sometimes we put so much energy into rearing our children, into our family, into our homes, to our boyfriends, husbands, and things of that nature, that we lose focus of who we are. And then when the house becomes empty, then we have to wonder, what is left of us? Who are we exactly? How do we reinvent ourselves? How do we even get in tune with who we are? Because once you take off the shirt of being a mom or a dad, or take off the shirt of your career, if that's nurse or doctor or lawyer or architect, or even if you're a laborer, if you work in a warehouse, when you take off the clothing and you now look at yourself, who do you see? And then when you see, are you thankful for the things that help you get to the point of where you are. So that's what we're going to be talking about on our Thankful Tuesday, being ourselves. Okay, you don't always like, okay, I'm a mom, all right, we're good at that. We wear those hats, and we're parents, and we're good children. We're faithful in the church. But who are you as an individual? Do you know who you are, and how do you get there if you don't? Some people say, hey, therapy was a good way for me to do that. Some people said that I had to get out and socialize more and learn about, different things that was out there. One of the things I did this weekend I would like to share with you is that I became a tourist in my hometown. That's right. I went to New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was a tourist. Stayed in a fabulous hotel downtown and toured New Orleans and found out some history. And guess what? I was amazed by the things that I learned about the place for which I grew up. And as an adult, I did not even know those things. So when we continue on in our She Shack tonight, we're going to give tips on how do you get back to who you are. Finding out the things that you love. Picking up hobby. Traveling the world. Even being a tourist in your hometown. Things that will make you happy. Not things that will make you joyous because the family's happy or the kids is okay or your parents are in good health. But things that actually contribute to your happiness. It is so important that we know who we are as individuals, because in order for you to give the best of you, you have to actually know who you are. You have to be functioning at the best possible person to actually give the best. Sometimes our best seems like, it might be mediocre. It might be, I don't feel like it today. That motivation, that thing that sits in the back of your head that says, get up, you can do it. Get up, it's okay. Get up, dust yourself off. That's the thing that we're going to be talking about tonight. Also, on a lighter note, I'm going to be bringing some information because there's some interesting things going on in the news today. I wanted to talk about Herschel Walker. I don't know if everybody knows who Herschel Walker is, but he is actually a retired football player who now is running for the Senate seat as a Republican in the state of Georgia, who has had his ticket ran up on that he was not going to, he's a big supporter of getting rid of abortion. And then guess what, honey? He had some stuff that came out the closet that said he paid for his girlfriend to have an abortion. But you're running on a ticket that says that you ain't with it. So I can't wait to hear what Trench got to say about that, as well as we're going to be talking about a little bit of his favorite person, Mr. Donald Trump, where he talking all this stuff about how things are mishandled. And he talking about Joe Biden. Oh, by the way, he likes to call him Sleepy Joe. Did anybody hear about Joe Biden calling the name of the dead woman in the conference from Indiana who he did not even know was still, had not been there? He's called Jackie, Jackie, Jackie. Somebody whispering out to him, Jackie is dead, Joe. Y'all, I cannot wait to jump into this with y'all. But without further ado, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing not the one and only Mr. Tremaine Trench. Like, he got to have an entrance now, y'all. Only thing he don't have is theme music.
Oh, let's do this. I can put some music on.
So today is Thankful Tuesday, and
thankful.
And I had put a post on Facebook, and we was talking about things that we're thankful for. And one of the things that kind of stood out in my mind.
Time out. Hold on. You look gorgeous today, baby. I like that outfit, girl. You rocking that.
I was trying a little something different today.
Okay, I like that.
So I actually had a stylist help me with this outfit.
Shut your mouth.
Yes, honey. She helped me with this outfit. She actually has a boutique in the Mall of Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it's called Rose Baton, and it is online. And guess what, guys? It is black owned. It is a boutique, and you find one of a kind, different kind of items. So thank you so much for complimenting my outfit.
Girl. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I saw you trying to get dressed. I didn't really see how it all really looked together because I was coming here with a t-shirt and sweatpants, and I saw her put this outfit on. I ain't really see it, but I saw her dressed. I said, I can't come out here like that. Now I got the sweat on here. We can't keep it long, the air on. So I help out a little bit. It's cool outside, so we'll work it out.
So today is Thankful Tuesday.
Okay.
And I had put a post on Facebook. And the post on Facebook, we was actually...
Damn, I'm sweating already. Go ahead.
You already coming in this she shack with your shenanigans. The more
I've been down the steps about 50
the
times
more I
already.
keep trying to bring some, like, you know, professionalism to the she shack, you is not having it. You
All right, come on,
really
I'm
not.
sorry. Go ahead.
So today is Thankful Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I had put a post on Facebook. I put several posts on Facebook, but this particular post I put on Facebook that said, "What are you thankful for?" Today is Tuesday, and like I'm like, okay, so it's only what Sunday, Monday, now Tuesday. So it's like it's not really a reflection of the week, but it's still a reflection, right?
Right.
So Monifa, you know Monifa, right?
Momo. All right. Yeah.
Okay, so Monifa put a beautiful post on Facebook. And so what she had, and it was long and elaborate, so I'm not going to, quote everything, but there was one thing that stood out.
Yeah, she's long-winded.
There was a few things. One, she used the word gratefulness. Secondly, she said she's no longer living in fear. And thirdly, she said she's not afraid of being alone. Those are the three things that she said. And she also said she thanked God for giving her the spirit of discernment.
Okay.
So if I had to ask you, what are you thankful for today? What would you say?
Well, I'm grateful.
For
the family. I'm grateful for life itself. Put me on the spot. I'm grateful that, I'm at a different level in my life, whereas I'm almost stress-free, not stress-free. I don't let too much stuff get to me. I'm grateful of joy, grateful of happiness, even grateful that when trials come, I'm able to go through it instead of just sit in it. I hit it, deal with it, move on.
Well, we definitely know that you don't spend a lot of time on the whole bunch.
Nah.
We definitely know that.
Nah, I don't.
So I also said,
I'm grateful that I'm not alone. I'm not living alone.
well, how grateful are you?
I only said that because when you said that.
So how grateful are you that you don't live alone? Because now we have adult children, and our adult children has some of them have had to come back home.
No. I ain't talking about the kids. Talking about the wife. Talking about the wife. I ain't talking about the kids.
Well, I was saying
I love them, but you know how y'all are.
That's how you just gonna go right on into this. Talking about, you know how y'all are.
Yeah. They full of shit sometimes.
Well, so much for
all four of y'all.
So much.
All four. Full of shit.
So much for keeping the she shack clean.
Oh, I'm sorry. No more cursing. I ain't cussing now another time. Come on.
Okay, we're going to see about that.
That shit won't
But
last.
the next piece of the question, because, people love to know what you think. And I was talking before you came in, and I was discussing about, like, when the kids leave. Some of us like, girl, I can't wait for these kids to move out of here. But then when the kids actually move out.
They come their ass right back.
When the kids actually move out.
They come their ass right back.
When the kids actually move out, sometimes you find yourself like, okay, now what do I do? Like, you've spent so much of your time being a parent, mom, dad, that kind of stuff, being driven into making sure that the family is okay, working hard, and those kinds of things. Then when they leave, then what? Like, how do you find, a place where now you have to either rediscover yourself or discover yourself, or to now you have to maybe create a social circle because you haven't really had one, simply because you've been driven by family. Because for me, family was drilled into me as being everything.
Well, here's the problem. Family is everything, and it still could stay that way. But the thing is, all the hoopla about, when the kids go, you make all this plans, you playing great. The kids gone, fine. It's going to be us. We go party. We go live our adult life, see the world. Great. But the kids go, and you know what happened? They come their ass right back. So there you go, start back over again. So it is what it is. And This always glad we got a place that they come their ass right back because the door is always open. But as long as you start just gotta enjoy life. Enjoy life. Just say, hey, we going, bye.
I don't even really know what to say to that.
That's true.
I mean, maybe is it just because, is it easier, you think, for a man than for a woman?
No, that ain't it. You just gotta accept, like you just said, you gotta live your life for you. You done raised the kids, you done put all the morals and everything into it. Now they're grown, they're old enough, they live on their own. Yeah, they go stumble. And just like an eagle when they kick they bird off the nest. They go fall, either they go die, or they learn how to fly and start flying again. So they gotta fly.
Do you believe in that thing? Okay, now you're 18 and you go on. Like I done did my part and I don't have to do no more.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Absolutely. What?
Yeah, I believe in that.
No way.
That's our difference right there. That's our difference there. Yeah, I believe they're 18. They good. They good. They gotta learn.
You don't know everything you need to know by the time you 18.
Right.
Like,
but the thing is,
serious?
But here's the thing:
what if they're college students or the late bloomers or things of like that? How can you possibly say that?
They could be all that, but the key is in their upbringing, you installed a word called humble. So at the age of 18, they go on their own, this and all that. They can't be like Mr. Know-It-All, Miss Know-It-All, this or that. They got to be humble enough to talk to somebody, ask for advice. Come back, talk to us. Hey, I got this here going on. What can I do? Any suggestions? Talk to anybody, whoever they consider a mentor or whatever. They got to have that word humble so you could get more information so they could strive forward.
So now we're back to the village. Now we're back to the village.
It's not much so the village. It's actual the child itself having enough, being humble enough to understand that I need advice. I don't know it all. So, but they gotta get pushed out the nest in order to experience it. Other than that, they gonna become privileged and they gonna say, well, I ain't gotta do nothing. My mom and dad take care of it. If I mess up, mom and dad will fix it. This and that. They can never leave. If they leave, they significant other go become their parent. They will start looking for a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend with our take care of this, our traits of the kids that be. So,
but I think people do look for a mate. I mean, when they're looking for a mate, they're looking for traits that their parents have.
Right, exactly. But then you get to the ones. How many times do you hear somebody tell their significant other, "I ain't your mama" or "I ain't your daddy," because you looking for they looking for their mama and their daddy in them, as far as certain mama and daddy things that they shouldn't do, that they should be doing on their own. Mm-hmm. That's all that is.
So, do you believe that?
Oh, now you're on my side. Now you need to get out of here, 18.
No, I'm not on your side.
Oh, shit.
I'm definitely not on your side. But I do want to. It's interesting that you have that concept because there's a lot of. I've heard a lot about. You hear a lot of parents say, "I can't wait till they turn 18 because once they're 18, honey, you on your own. This is that." And but then you find when they start leaving, you start dealing with your own stuff. So you didn't have any issues when your children start leaving and your house start getting empty of like, okay, now that you don't have those responsibilities that you carried as their dad when they were home, you didn't find that it was difficult. Now what am I going to fill that time with?
Loving myself, free time, scratching my nuts. It don't matter. Whatever I want to do. I'm by myself, running around the house butt ass naked. They're not there. I can do what I want to do.
Oh.
It don't matter.
Oh.
No, okay. They gone. That's more time for me. And chasing after you.
Don't even start your mess with me in here. We're not gonna even start. So, switching gears a little bit, I just want to know: have you heard about the Herschel Walker story?
Time out.
Have you actually heard? Listen.
No. When this happened over the weekend?
So, apparently...
When this happened, first of all?
This is breaking news. This happened today.
I'm recovering from a great weekend. My nephew got married. Shout out Jay. Did you talk about that? No, not yet. My nephew got married.
I guess we're losing
Keisha got married.
You didn't give me. I was going to ask you those questions, but since you want to go,
well, that's how I was doing the weekend. I wasn't worried about.
I didn't ask you how you spent your weekend. Did I?
I think Herschel Walker gay. I it don't matter, But Dum. I don't know what he been doing. I just stopped. He fall into Donald Trump. That's what he falls into.
So let me kind of bring you up to speed a little bit.
I'll get back to my nephew. Go ahead.
I would love to know what you think about Herschel Walker.
Let me hear what happened. What did he do?
So Herschel Walker, he's been running a campaign. He's actually running for a Republican Senate seat.
He probably can't spell Republican.
Shit.
But go ahead.
He's running for a Republican Senate seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's been running this big campaign about anti-abortion. Like, he's been totally against abortions, and that that's how he's been getting endorsements from the Republicans. He's a Republican, and typically, Republicans are against abortion these days.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to say all of them because I don't know that many Republicans, but the ones that I see on TV seem to be against it. And so, he had a girlfriend that came out and said, well, it's awfully funny how you are...
Time out. You said that kind of country. Go ahead, do it again. Go ahead.
So, he had a girlfriend that come out and said, it is awfully funny how... You is running an anti-abortion campaign, and you paid for my abortion back in 2009 when I was your girlfriend.
That's recently.
That's what she said.
What do you do? Fumble the football?
So, no, he came out and said he was going to sue the Globe. No, it wasn't the Globe. It was the Beast. He said he was going to sue them for running this story about him paying for this girl abortion, and then furthermore he said, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Hold up. He gonna sue the Globe about running the Beats about running the
story.
Mm-hmm. But he ain't gonna sue the girl for
telling it.
Because
he know he paid for it. So the question is,
the white folks strike again, boy.
So the question is,
you gotta read between the lines. What's the question?
If you was running for the U.S. Senate as an anti-abortion,
why would I do anti-abortion?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
If you and somebody came up out the woodwork and said, sir, you paid for my abortion and such and such and such, how's you going to be running the campaign? Would you say you did it?
No. I'll punch the motherfucker in the throat. Yeah! Say it again.
He's going to be banned off the She-Shag. He's definitely gonna be banned off this doggone She-Shag.
Punch me in the throat. Yaga! Right there. Chop to the throat. What you saying I said?
Okay. Moving right along.
I bet she goes there and saying there another.
Moving right along, Herschel. So there was someone that put on Twitter in response to this that said... Christian Walker put on Twitter, he said, I know my mom and I would really appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man. When you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us,
Time out.
and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from you.
He was banging women when he was in college. A bunch of them. He wasn't just for he was for the streets back then. So he always been for the streets. So I think the son just mad. He probably ain't getting no money out of him. But go ahead.
Then Christian came back and said,
Christian has been a Twitter thug.
Listen, Christian.
Herschel, better punch him in the throat.
Listen, this must be Herschel's son. He said, I don't care about someone who has had a bad past and takes accountability. But how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral Christian, upright man. You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. I dare you.
As Christian calling somebody Christian?
His son. That's his son. That's what his son had to say. Now, I don't know, but I wouldn't want my son smearing up my business all over Twitter.
Everybody's a Twitter thug. A thumb thug. I want to talk, but go ahead on. He wasn't saying all that when Herschel was giving him all that money.
Well, Herschel's supposed to give him that money. That's his son.
He wasn't saying all that when he got him perks because of his daddy.
He's supposed to get them perks. That's his son. He shouldn't
put all that stuff on social media. You feel that about your daddy? Go talk to your daddy about it.
Well, then he the one that got it all over the news and everything. You the one talking about an anti-abortion campaign when you paying for abortions and carrying on.
He talking about his son?
I mean, Herschel been in the news since when?
He ain't talking about his son.
Listen, whatever. He put it out there.
Herschel. Right to the throat.
Listen, so Herschel said he was gonna sue him, right? He said
his own son.
Listen.
How you gonna sue his son? And you give him some money, you gonna sue him to take your money back? That's dumb. See how dumb he is? He dumb as hell.
I think he said he's gonna sue him.
That boy
so
dumb.
What do you think? What do you think about Sleepy Joe?
Oh, what he did? Cause I was partying all weekend. What did he do? He fell asleep again?
No. So Sleepy Joe had a, they had like a, what they call it, like a meeting or congressional, whatever it was.
Oh, shit.
And they had all the all their reporters and all. You know, certain people get like, you know, that you know, they come in and they want them in and ask the questions and stuff to that nature.
Oh, shit. It
well,
put Joe on the spot.
Joe done called the name of a dead woman. Joe in there talking about Jackie. Jackie done died in a car accident back in August. From Indiana. Joe.
Poor Joe.
Joe. I don't think it's Joe's fault though.
Why don't think it's Joe's fault?
I don't think it's Joe's fault. I think it's the people that's working around Joe. When's somebody supposed to tell Joe and remind Joe not to call for Jackie?
No, that ain't it. The problem is they're not doing how they do all the rest of the presidents. Ain't nobody will get to that stage to ask a random question. Everybody got certain questions they have to ask. They got to get approved if it's okay to ask this or ask it this way. And Joe already got the answers for it. That's the way that is. But if she asked something that Joe couldn't, that was off the wall in the scheduled meeting, they setting Joe up. Joe, punch him in the throat.
I'm done with you. I don't even think I want to go through the rest of these because
Sleepy Joe, wake up and chop him in the throat.
I'm just done with you.
He's 98 years old. What you want to do?
Joe is not 98.
She answering like that, calling Becky, and Becky half dead already.
Her name was Jackie.
Okay, well.
From Indiana.
Listen, Sleepy Joe, 109. He
not
here. Sleepy do that. Go ahead on, Sleepy Joe. You're doing good.
Well, I just think that it would have been nice for them to remind Joe that, you know, who was in the room. We all know Joe.
To step in front of him in the middle of the question. Hey, Joe.
No. We already know Joe a little forgetful.
A little forgetful? A little? I think I know his name. Go ahead.
Just Joe knows his name. Let Joe live a little bit.
Joe all right with me. I like Joe. He better than that orange guy over there.
Speaking of the orange guy.
What do you do?
So
he
Trump
for the shits. Trump's my boy.
Listen, right. So he asked the Supreme Court, he wants them to intervene on the Mar-a-Lago dispute. People is singing like canaries about these classified documents. People are now coming out and saying he been mishandling this all the time. He's been doing it when he was in the White House. He was just tossing them all up in the air and carrying out.
That's what he do.
But now he says he want the Supreme Court to step in and fight over the classified documents that was seized in the FBI search. Do you think Donald Trump got that much power?
Yeah.
You think Donald Trump gonna be able to get the Supreme Court to move on his behalf?
No, they ain't on his behalf, but what Trump would do is say, all right, he could do that Nino Brown shit. It's bigger than Nino Brown. Trump go burn down the house. Trump like that. Trump say, okay, I'm gonna tie up all American money and fighting to get these little documents. And if I still think I'm gonna lose, he ain't going down by himself.
Oh my God.
Then they go talk about trying to kill him. Sad to say.
Well, you know they said they showed on The Simpsons that they assassinated Donald Trump.
Gotta go to Simpsons again.
Well, I'm just saying because you know that stuff becoming true. They say that Donald Trump gonna get assassinated. What's your thoughts?
I think on The Simpsons he died while he was the president.
He was the president.
He ain't the president anymore.
Well, you don't think he gonna win? You don't think he gonna run for the president and win again?
Nah, I don't think so. Your power gone. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, that's how it goes down in the she shack. He just, you know, he gets up when he feels like it.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, because that's what you do. You ain't even trying to duck the camera or nothing. You just steadily be in the camera.
Look at that nice.
So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, this is breaking news.
You got more breaking news?
Child,
You just a breaking.
It's the she shack, honey.
Go ahead, what we talking about?
Conversation goes on in the she shack. So, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden was convening for the second meeting at the White House, and they was talking about the Roe v. Wade and abortion rights. And then Kamala King comes up and say, well, what about Dobbs versus Jackson?
Okay.
And and I'm just gonna bring you up to speed a little bit about Dobbs versus Jackson happened over in Mississippi, and it was pivotal to dealing with healthcare. It was and specifically women, right? And so Kamala says a woman should have the freedom to make decisions about her own body. The government should not be making these decisions for women of America. She noted abortion previously afforded under Roe. Right-wing leaders could not ban abortion and they could not criminalize providers. So it's important for everyone to know who's at stake. So, what do you think? She even called out Clarence Thomas.
Well, Clarence Thomas is a little cool too. Him and Herschel Walker the same people. Herschel is just a young Clarence Thomas. That's all.
You don't think it's some kind of conspiracy with this whole Clarence Thomas and his wife? Because she influences on his decisions in the Supreme Court. And you know, because she was called, I don't know if you've been following along, but she was called over into that the hearings related to the January 6th. Mm-hmm. And she was because she's a big Donald Trump supporter.
Well, they all knew what was going on with January 6th, not just the Republicans. Even your girl who what's her name that don't need no more facelifts.
Don't talk about Nancy like that.
Nancy.
Don't you talk about Nancy like
Nancy
that.
knew was going down too.
But listen, the vice president said that Clarence Thomas, he already knew the answer and he gave preview of the potential future ruling and may return to the issues curtailing contraception access. So not only are they talking about, we don't want you to be able to have an abortion, but the morning after, the stuff that you can, like, so now they're going to be, like, attacking all of that.
Right. I told y'all when it first went down, you want this to go away on how to make it go away. I told y'all that. It would end it all. But
you don't think voting
nobody
is
wanna
going
get on
to
the bus.
change? You don't think voting is going to change? Like voting is going to change the outcome, and that we'll be able to, like, you know.
I don't think it's just a Republican thing. Because
Oh.
you got the Democrats that's in office that feel the same way. They just they're protect their asset and their investment over the well-being of America. So just like the Republicans outspoken, but some of them Democrats are sleeping in the same bed with the Republicans. So it is the same thing. So what you want to do about it? But then again, we as a people don't vote. So
We do vote. We vote. Don't say that.
them niggas don't vote.
Yes, we do vote.
They vote once every 4 years.
She-shackers, don't y'all vote?
Once every 4 years.
She-shackers, somebody
Be
help
honest.
me. Don't y'all vote?
They could be honest. Don't lie. Y'all vote once every
We
4
voted
years.
Obama in there twice.
Once every 4 years.
We voted Joe Biden in, and we got Donald Trump ass out of there.
Once every 4 years. Y'all vote for people that don't even got power.
Oh, so you trying to say we don't vote when it matters, like the Senate and the judges?
Ain't that's who having all the problems? Look at Herschel Walker. We running for Senate.
Herschel Walker don't count. Anybody gonna be voting for no damn Herschel Walker for real?
That coon went in that land. It's gonna be a problem. And they
I
all
agree.
complain nobody voted.
But it's hard, you know, when you, like, especially in our community and in our neighborhoods, when it don't look like the money ever get trickled down to us. Don't seem like we really getting any of the benefits or fruit of any labor. And you know, the concept that all the politicians are crooked, I don't think there's a straight one up there.
Well, to be honest, yes, the money might not be trickling down, but we as the people got more to blame than politicians. Because if you go walk to average George doing that complaining about the money not trickling down, ask them who their congressman is, they probably don't know it. Ask them when last time they voted, we voted for Biden. You ask them, what can the congressman in your district do for you? They don't know. They
So
don't
you
know what
think
kind
it's
of
the
power.
people's fault that they don't know? I mean, the politicians themselves don't have you know,
Yes,
they don't have no blame at all.
They got blame, but they got money. But see, it's just like a nonprofit organization. They get money coming in. At the end of the year, you got to come out with a zero balance. So Congress get all this money to take care of this and that, but if nobody knows how to come and ask for it or find out about it, they got to spend the money in order to get the same amount of money or more the next year.
But I understand that part of it, but it don't
And you know
seem
what
like
was
our
helping?
schools are not getting the money.
And look, this was going on. I remember it was a while back.
Healthcare centers is definitely not getting the money.
I remember a while back they was talking about the census. At first, everybody was like, "No, I ain't filling out the census. I don't want them to know how many people this and that. They don't need none of their business and all that other stuff." But not knowing that the census helped the funding for public schools,
This is true.
helped the
This is
funding
true.
for public food total thing, their food and the bill and everything else. So
Yeah.
if you're not filling out the census, they're just tearing it up, ain't none of their damn business, then they would say, "Oh, we didn't count for the 10,000 in this district. We only counted for 5,000. Now we asking like, well, why our school don't have as much as this and all that?
Right.
That's not the congressman fault. That's not politician fault. That's us being ignorant of not understanding the process that we got to go through to make things better.
Right.
So that's all that is.
I think that I mean you drive a great point with that, and I do agree that the census play a big part, and I don't know if it's the sole part in the lack of financial what they call it, financial opportunities in our African American, predominantly African American communities. And the reason why I say that is because it's not like they don't know that these things are happening. It's not like our country is unaware. I think that that's a way that they're able to turn their backs to it and not feel guilty about it by putting the accountability somewhere else. Yes, I mean, how many of those people are maybe illiterate and cannot read the census? Or there's provisions being made for those people? Like, there's more than one way to look at things that you don't. It's easy to say, oh well, it's the black community's fault because y'all don't fill out the census or y'all don't go out and vote. Okay, when you do go out and vote, nothing happens. You don't see your schools getting any better. You don't see the crime rate going down at all. You don't see more opportunities coming for you guys. It's like being black is already meaning you have to go the extra. You got if you got to go beyond what Billy is doing in school. So if he is a 3.9, you better be a 4.0, perfect attendance, whatever, all these type of things. And then on top of that, you add to the stereotypes. They don't want you there because you're loud, because you're aggressive, because you're violent, because you're all these. So it's more to it than just the census.
Here's the crazy thing is. Every 4 years, we put out a whole lot of energy on getting people to register to vote, get out and vote for presidents, get out and vote. Why we don't use that same energy every 2 years? As a system. So we would never fix the problem. Because number one, we don't know the problem. Number two, we don't know how to any answers to fixing the problems.
I disagree that we don't know the problem.
I'm all for voters. I'm an alpha. 06. I'm an alpha. So voteless people, hopeless people. So and voters registration is very important to us. So it's voting is true, but on the same token that people are not using the same energy for these small in-house elections that they're still using for the president's election. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line.
I partly agree. I do believe that as a community and as a people that we definitely can do more. But, gentrification and oppression and all those things is real. And they have their own agendas. And they have their own way of making making it harder for things to be accessible to us.
You making it hard for me to stay focused with that nice outfit on, some shoes. Girl, you looking good.
Thank you for the compliments. I do appreciate it.
So fally. Ain't that something?
You like it though, for real? So... Let me see, do I want to ask you any more of these questions? Because, a lot of it was about politics and about...
Easy.
Chop
it through.
So, there's a statement. We was talking about black voters, right?
What's up to Drake?
And it says black voters have less opportunity than others to elect candidates of their choice to Congress. Do you agree with that? That we have less opportunities?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that affect our ability to be able to vote if we don't have the same opportunities?
No. The reason why we got less opportunities is because we so hard on each other and so critical, so quick to point out problems on our own race that the ones that we need to put in office don't want to go through it. So equals less opportunities. The ones we need, they're just
Oh, so
what you call it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I understand to a degree of what you're saying, but I still don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. I don't know if I agree 100%. I mean, some of the things you say are absolutely true.
Because if you think about it, locally wise, we could put in whoever we want in the office.
Yes.
The LBGT, the 26 people, they put whoever they want.
Don't you start.
Or they get whoever they want out. So it's no such thing as they, the higher ups, whoever they may be, dictate the opportunity for office and all other stuff.
So you think collaboratively, we just have an issue with coming together?
Yeah.
My earrings keep falling up. So you think we have an issue?
That's our problem. That's our problem.
That we can't come together.
From politics, from social lives, from we can throw a party. Black folks get together and have a party. Businesses. Anytime you own a business, your cousin, friend, uncle, sister, everybody want to hook up. But they don't, and they get mad when you don't give them a hookup. Them Jackie Chan. Oh Lord, I just say Jackie Chan.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
other facilities, you go there order shrimp fried rice.
Okay, we're gonna get off of politics. We are definitely
Yo, I you'll get mad. They give you a discount. You pay a little 10, 15, you go get your food and go about your business. Go ahead.
Black businesses have definitely come up in the world.
They're coming up in the world.
They're definitely coming up in the
I
world.
love supporting them.
I absolutely love black businesses.
I don't mind. I give them a tip too.
I absolutely, but I think we're just gonna maybe switch gears a little bit because you, not that your views are wrong. I think that you make a lot of great points. Some black folks need to be
chopped in the throat. That's all.
I think you make a lot of great points. I think you make a lot. Damn right. I think you make
I'm church.
The arrogance, and you wonder where your kids get it from, and you wonder why.
It's true. I am an asshole sometimes, but I ain't lying. Go ahead. I just say what people want to say, but can't say or don't have enough guts to say. It is what it is. This bourbon is pretty good.
Well, I guess they all heard it first here.
How's your drink?
What Trench thinks.
Come on, you got
Trench.
I'm your guest, baby.
What Trench says goes.
Well, okay, you heard it first.
I'm still back to, I just think that instead of them overturning abortions, I don't understand why they don't do like how the Chinese people do, men can't make no more than 2 babies, y'all get vasectomies, and then that be the end of that.
They ain't doing all of that.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you guys can't snip it.
Man, I said before. Whoever say man need to be snippy mama. I said it before.
But why you feel so strongly about men having vasectomies? I don't understand it.
I don't think it's just the same way.
Do you feel as strongly about women getting their tubes tied though?
No, it's just the same way I feel about abortions, that America should have no say so over a woman and how they handle their bodies. America have no say so over a man, how they handle his body.
Would you volunteer to get a vasectomy?
I got 4 kids. Hell yeah. It don't matter. I ain't making no more. Pew pew. Yeah, you ain't having no more, so pew pew.
Oh my goodness, it must be the alcohol.
No, it ain't the alcohol, because this ain't nothing.
So, if you had to give your nephew and his new bride some advice about staying married, what would you give them?
Laugh.
Laugh.
Best advice. Laugh. It calms the soul. Laugh.
So how often did you laugh through your...
Shit, I laugh every day.
Oh. Period.
Period. I might just wake up laughing.
You know what?
You laugh, you can't get mad. You laugh, you can't get stressed.
I guess you heard it here. Girl, don't
Laugh.
stress because, I mean...
Laugh. He could laugh and say, yo, she crazy. She could laugh and say, that nigga crazy.
And that's it.
And that's it. And
So you think that's how you've stayed married
and figure it
for
out.
23
Whew, how long?
years
Whew.
that you laughed?
How long I been drinking?
Since we were dating?
No, yeah. Cause laugh helps. Laugh helps a lot. Makes the marriage great. When you laugh,
There's this saying that says happy wife, happy life. And there's been some controversy about that statement, happy wife, happy life. How do you feel about that?
Wait, I heard somebody say something else. Happy wife, happy life. I also heard I can't say it. But anyway, how do I feel about
so
it?
now you decide you want to filter.
I can't remember how it said, but it was something for the husband too. It was something.
Well, the statement is that statement. The thought is that statement should be eradicated. That there should not. That's the worst saying toward a relationship and a marriage, because happy wife, happy life means it doesn't really matter if the man is happy.
Monifa just said happy spouse, happy house.
But it's thought of.
That's close to what I was thinking. That ain't what I said. Something for the husband. But go ahead.
It's thought that statement itself should be eradicated.
Why?
Like it should, because it's a sexist statement that is only including the woman. So it doesn't necessarily include if the man is happy.
Well, I don't think we got time for that. I think it's probably, you already passed the hour for that. That's a topic for next week. Cause that's a doozy there. That's a doozy. Nah, I'm not about to dig in that.
Oh, so you backpedaling?
I ain't backpedaling. Just that it's long. That's long. Cause it's probably a reason why, if the wife is happy, how much stress free the husband would be. Because once again, we're simple. We don't require much, but we require a lot. But that's a long topic, so it don't make sense to. Nah, we ain't about to get into that. I pass.
Ooh, he passed. You have never passed on a question in She Shed.
Hey, I ain't passing. Let's postpone it to next time. Ask a question next time I come on. Happy wife, happy life. Happy. Have you said happy wife, happy life?
So yes, it's a happy life, happy. They say it's a happy wife, happy life.
So when you got two guys, what is it? I
There's
guess
still
nobody
a
happy.
femme in the.
Ain't no wife, ain't nobody happy then, huh?
We're leaving.
Oh, now she want to leave. Now she want to leave.
We're leaving.
Oh, back here.
No, we're leaving because
back
this. You always got to try to find a way to twist it around.
I ain't twisting it around.
What is your problem with same-sex relationships and marriage, Mr. Trench? What is your problem with it? You always trying to flip it around.
I like what I like. I don't care what they do. That's their business.
So again,
I like you.
anyway, in a relationship between, even if you're in the same sex, both people don't take the role of a dominant. One is more masculine and one is more feminine. Male, female, whatever. It goes across the board. It doesn't have, I guess that's how they maybe kind of call it sexist. But at the end of the day, it is. If you are in a relationship with somebody, two people should be happy. It shouldn't be one person happy, one person not, or one person is happy so the other person pretends to be. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next week. We're gonna talk about happy life, happy wife. We're gonna talk about that.
All right, talk about it. What do you want to talk about?
Well, listen, you done backpedaled it. But I'm gonna have some more. I'm gonna bring some more. I'm gonna bring some more guests in, and we're gonna talk about. We're gonna bring some couples in and talk about happy life, happy wife.
I didn't back out of it, but just saying, nah.
Next week, actually, the topic is next week is coming from underneath your mother's shadow. We're not in competition. That's next week's topic.
Oh.
Coming from underneath your mother's shadows, we're not in competition. So although it's like we specifically using the term mother because there's been a lot of discussion about coming from underneath the shadows and sometimes not living up to the expectation of what they expected for you or for your life to turn out to be, and that really could be a burden. Trying to figure out who you are and where you're going and that kind of stuff. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. But I would like to get back to that statement.
Was that happy life, happy wife?
And we also going to be bringing on some topics about wellness and health. We got a series that's actually coming on health and wellness of creating the new you that is featured by my business, First Class Wellness and Recovery Services, and we're going to be talking about getting healthy, remaining healthy. In physical.
You got recovery services?
I do.
What's that about?
So First Class Wellness.
I can't hear you.
First Class Wellness and Recovery Services. Basically, we provide services to in-home service, personal care services actually, and we travel for women that are getting body contouring and men too that's getting body contouring surgeries, tummy tucks, BBLs, things of that nature, and actually getting your body prepared. For doing that kind of stuff. So we're going to be talking about...
Will you also take care of somebody that have just a regular surgery? Say they got...
Yeah, it don't necessarily have to be a BBL or things like that. It's really a personal care service. It's like having your personal connoisseur right there with you to take care of things that you're not actually able to take care of because, of an incident. Maybe, you had to have a knee replacement.
Somebody could be just housebound or bedbound.
Yeah, for whatever. We go shopping. We'll do your food shopping. We'll pick up your medications.
And your service does all that?
Yeah, absolutely. We provide transportation. Beautiful. All that kind of stuff.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so if you know,
is it set to just one location? You travel or you?
Oh no, we absolutely travel. I'm actually getting ready to go travel in Miami in November. I have clients that I'll be traveling with that's getting some surgeries done, and we set up everything by the way too.
Y'all do everything.
Set up everything. So we set up absolutely everything.
All they gotta do is have the procedure, and you take care of the rest.
Take care of the rest. Hotel accommodation, transportation, preparing the food, the whole 9 yards. Everything. Take care of.
I like that.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be doing a series that's called Creating the New You, and in that series we're going to be talking about health and wellness. We're going to be addressing some topics that specifically affect African American women. We talked about ovarian cancer before. We're going to have a doctor to come in and give us those silent signs and symptoms. We're going to talk about heart disease, and we're just going to talk about being healthy over 40. Yeah.
Over 40?
Yeah.
What if you're 35 with 13 years of experience?
We got something for you too. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another night with me, Yvette. A Queen in the She Shack. It is always an honor to come to you guys and bring y'all some information about what's going on in the world and news. Bring about some love and encouragement. It is always my pleasure to come and see y'all. I look so forward to Tuesdays. And if you haven't had an opportunity, check us out on YouTube. We are live. Conversations from me, A Queen in the She Shack on YouTube.
We got to go live on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go live on YouTube.
I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for your relentless support. Thank you for always. And guess what? I want to hear from y'all. I've been asking you, what do you want to hear from us? Someone said, I want to hear about credit. I want to know, I want you to talk to us about building credit, starting credit. They want to know how to, the understanding the importance of credit. And y'all know credit these days is worth more than money. So we definitely going to bring in some information about that.
Let me say this about credit.
What?
If you're a kid and your mama put something in your name, it could be a good thing if the mother or father took care of it. Talk about credit later on.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it because you know back in the day people was putting lights in their kids' names,
cable
bill, they didn't have cable bill and all their kids' name and all that. But guys, we're gonna bring out some information about how to understand your credit report. If you're getting ready to start a business and you want to know where to get started, we're gonna bring you some resources for that as well. So stay tuned. The She Shack is moving and bringing about knowledge and power and information and spreading love to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the She Shack. I love y'all. Good night.
You tell them like, subscribe, and...
Well, I talked to them about the YouTube channel already.
Oh, you told them to like and subscribe and all that?
Listen, I said we have a YouTube channel. If they haven't had an opportunity to go check us out on YouTube, Conversations with me, A Queen. Yeah, oh, I forgot to say like, share, subscribe. I think people pretty much know how to use YouTube though.
I had the lady at work, I was trying to put them on there. She said, I don't know what this is.
Well, you know what?
I said, look, hit this button.
I'm learning more about how to keep the, gather interest and bring about topics. But, because I've been reading this book. I've been reading this book called Make It Rain. And it's written by an attorney that actually starts sitting in on a Dr. Phil show. And she started talking about, different resources of, bringing about information, being an expert, that kind of stuff. And I'm always quick to say, I don't think I'm an expert in that. I think my talent may be, mediocre at best, but my heart.
What classify you being an expert at a topic?
Well, it all depends on what you're talking about, because there's some shit I definitely know about.
Right. You don't need a degree. When I'm saying that, because you don't need a degree or anything like that to be considered an expert of it. If you got experience as being that, like being a mom, you don't need a degree for that. Mm-hmm. But you're an expert at being a mom. Oh,
so, I don't know. It depends on who you ask that question.
The hell with it, whatever the case would be. You raise 4 kids, you're an expert at it. So
considering the fact,
you call your own
I think all of us think that we're great parents when the kids are little and when they don't really form opinions. But then when they get older and they start forming their own opinions, it becomes evident really quickly of the things that we missed on and the areas maybe we could have.
The beauty of it is once they have kids, they wind up saying, "Oh, I see now this."
Yeah, well, maybe if they don't have kids, I think that's kind of cliche. At the end of the day, I personally don't lean on the fact of, oh well, when you get kids, you will learn. I accept my accountability, and the reason why I do that is because I was a mom fairly young, and being a rebellious person myself. Being a rebellious person myself, like, oh, I'm not going to do what my mom did. I'm going to do it better than this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Sometimes I felt that I was more focused on being somebody that I didn't want to be and less focused on the person that I should have been.
They so at the end of the day, that when you try hard to be somebody that you don't want to be, you want to be in that person anyway.
And so I feel like at the end of the day, some things that I could have done better. Right. I most certainly know that I had my own things that I was struggling with as a young adult. You know what I mean? And also I'm struggling with those things. As a parent and as a young adult. But then, like, even when we was talking to Ryan and his wife, remember we was talking to them and they was talking about preparing for being parents and things like that. I never had anybody to talk to me. Like, you hear that thing, just don't have kids. That's what it was, just don't have kids. But it was not really explained in a detail, like, focus on putting yourself at a certain way so that you can,
It'd be less stressful.
It's less stressful, and you don't bore your child into poverty, into those
That
kinds
could
of
be
things.
two different ways, though, because some people will wait till they 40, 50 years old to have a kid because that's how long it took them to get themselves together. But then that's more of a disservice to your child because at 60, back then, 60 was the top of.
Well, I know one
so now
thing
you
for
be
sure, and two
struggling
things
with
for
that.
certain.
You
I don't.
prefer-
Huh?
Some people, it used to be preferred that some people, it's good to before you go away, before you die, it's good to have your child to be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s so they can understand that how the life cycle works compared to you
I
dying
agree
off
with that.
as a kid,
Some people
10,
feel like
20
they
years
want to
old.
have kids because they don't want to die alone and they want to have somebody to take care of them. But I believe that that's a selfish statement.
That's selfish.
I believe that's a
selfish.
very selfish statement.
very
I don't
selfish.
believe that you should want to put the burden on your children to care for you in your old age.
Correct. That's selfish.
I don't think that that's fair by any means. But what I am learning, now that because being in my mid 40s and all my children are grown now.
Right. Now we can enjoy life.
But I'm also even in this part of the cycle of life and things like that, I'm also have to be willing to take accountability for my shortcomings as a parent.
Is it really shortcoming?
Yes, absolutely.
How you
Yes,
feel it's
absolutely.
shortcoming?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Because I mean now, I sit back.
Just because you didn't know this, it considered being shortcoming?
No, I say shortcomings because that's exactly what they were. Some of those decisions, some things that I did, I feel like I know I could have did it better, but I was still young and I wanted to hang out too and things like that. The kids don't ask to be brought here, and when you make that decision to be a parent, you got to ride that thing till the wheels fall off. You can't just decide that, that's why I said when you say the kids is 18 and now they gone on, I don't necessarily agree with that. Because I know at 18, I thought I knew it all and I was ready to be grown, but I swiftly realized at 18 I had 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was already a mom and I felt like I was grown and I was ready to take this world on. But I soon found out it didn't really hit me until I was 30 when I realized, damn, I wasn't as grown as I thought I was. So yeah.
30?
Yeah, hell yeah.
God.
Hell yeah. When I hit 30 years old, I was like, oh.
You only look 35.
So.
Good looking.
Yeah. I just don't think that, I don't think that's a fair statement to make. Like even for example, the things that we, the tough thing that happened today, just in our own home, that was very hard.
Mm. Why are we still online?
Are we still live?
Oh, Lord. Stop all this. Bye. Get off our stuff.
Bye, y'all.